Hey guys, welcome back to Lawn Lessons with Jordan. If you haven't seen our previous video on this lawn before spraying weeds, go check that out here. Today, we're on the follow-up process about 7 days later to see what is happening with this lawn, and we're gonna show you some weeds, some broadleaf and grassy weeds that are dying and signs of those weeds dying as well. Let's get into it. Two weeks ago, we did an ALC for this customer, annual lawn care checkup, and we decided some things that we're gonna do. Last week, we actually made those changes. So what I did is we did a broadleaf herbicide treatment, and through that treatment, we were targeting crabgrass and we were targeting broadleaf weeds in this lawn. There is also some nutsedge as well, so we were targeting technically 3 different species of weeds we were going after. Another thing we were fixing was the watering schedule. We were changing it up a little bit because we want that deep and infrequent watering in the summer. We want that grass to really moisten down like 4, 5, 6 inches below those grass roots. We don't want every day essentially, because then you're not getting that deep soak that those roots really want. The third thing is we adjusted the mowing. We want to raise the mower height to at least a minimum of 3 inches in the summertime. Give that grass the best chance possible of survival and the most nutrient uptake as well, because the longer you leave the grass blade, the deeper those roots will dive and kind of look for sources of nutrition in the soil. So as we're walking, we can kind of tell initially that these weeds are kind of starting to fade a different green color. That means they're slowly dying. It will take time for them to completely disappear, but we can tell that process has already started. Now let's start here with the crabgrass. You can tell crabgrass is starting to die because it's gonna be turning a few different colors. All right, let's pick a piece out right here. So we can tell that these grass blades are clearly changing color. They're gonna be changing it to a brown, a purplish, even a reddish. And that just means that, again, the grass is slowly dying, and it'll keep doing that kind of slow signs of death. And eventually, once you mow this thing out a couple, 3, 4 times, in a few weeks from now, this crabgrass will be completely out of this lawn. So right here, we're gonna be walking up on some clover. If we pick this clover, we can kind of see that all these leaf blades are starting to also curl. Initial signs of weed death are any type of curling, any type of spinning, like different color change, so we know it's going to that lighter green, starting to fade out. That means that plant is uptaking that herbicide that we applied and slowly killing it from the inside out. As we're sitting right here, we have a dandelion right here. We don't have the flower here, but we can tell that the dandelion blades are clearly showing signs of death there. Again, we're getting that fade away from green to an almost brownish color. And again, this will just slowly start to disintegrate, fall apart over time with mowing. Another weed we sprayed last week out here was these little maple saplings. They're kind of all over the place here. These kind of pop up from time to time depending on the season or how much pressure there are from maple trees around here. And you can obviously tell that these weeds are definitely starting to die out. Again, all these blades right here are starting to kind of shrivel up, break from the outside in. And then again, with mowing, these are just gonna completely disappear and not come up anymore. So right here we have spurge. We showed you that last time, what it looks like alive. These small blades, these are very tough to hit with herbicide. You gotta go slower and make sure you hit these leaf blades. Everything kind of needs to uptake that nutrient. Again, and you can slowly see that these are kind of changing color, they're shriveling up, and they're starting to kind of slowly die off. 2 to 3 weeks time, these are gonna be completely gone out of this lawn. Here we have our pockets of nutsedge here. We also sprayed for this last time we were out. This is gonna be a tougher weed to get rid of because it's a sedge, so not a traditional broadleaf or a crabgrass product will get rid of it. It's a specialty product, which we did apply last time, and it looks like that product is slowly starting to kind of take its shape. Again, it's be targeting these long leaf blades here, but then again, there's a nut on the bottom of this that's in that soil that these are gonna keep coming from, and it's a systemic herbicide that's gonna travel through these blades down into that nutlet and actually stop the nutlet from growing, therefore taking it out so it doesn't come back. As we can see right here, we have this clover spot right here that's slowly dying off. You can tell a lot of the leaf blades are falling apart or they're not together. Again, they're losing their greenness and they're kind of starting to change colors. Right here we have a flower too as well that's kind of changing, slowly kind of doing that wilt pattern and drying out. In 2 to 3 weeks time, this will not even be here. Okay, so we just finished up with this lawn with our second visit here, about 7 days post application spray. We're gonna be back here in about 4 to 6 weeks time to kind of do the same thing again, apply some fertilizer. Any weed control for weeds that are still here, we will give you guys an update once we get to that point in time. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, or any questions you might have. Thanks again.